The battle for baby's breath. The late afternoon sun beat down on my face as I stood on a grassy hill overlooking the pier, phone pressed to my ear. My voice was steady, but my heart was a jackhammer. "I get that you don't handle civilian docking requests," I said, pinching the bridge of my nose. "But this isn't normal. This is a code red emergency. A level 4 neonatal unit is about to collapse." The Navy officer on the line hesitated, probably thinking I was unhinged. I didn't care. "Got a pen?" The project's called Operation Tiny Tides. Below, Port Haven's waterfront sparkled, serene and oblivious. But a war was brewing, and I, Tom Harlan, a 52-year-old laid-off project manager and brand-new dad, was about to lead it. 12 hours earlier, my world was a glass box in St. Luke's Hospital NICU. Inside, my son, Nathan, fought for every breath. Born 2 months early, he was a fragile miracle. Tiny fingers, translucent skin, wired to machines that beeped my anxiety into a symphony. "He's a scrapper, Mr. Harlan," Dr. Lisa Carter said, her eyes warm above her mask. "Got your stubborn chin." I tried to grin. Hope he didn't inherit my mortgage. My wife, Ellen, was home, recovering under doctor's orders. That left me, a man who'd spent 25 years taming corporate chaos, utterly lost in the NICU's unpredictable stakes. To cope, we bought a house in Willow Creek Estates, a suburban dream with perfect lawns and top schools. But perfection came with a price. The HOA, led by Margaret Voss, a woman who wielded bylaws like a scepter. My first run-in with Margaret was a letter citing our welcome mat, "Home Sweet Home," in non-approved burlap. I tossed it, too consumed by Nathan's monitors to care about fiber blends. That was my mistake. Margaret wasn't a nuisance, she was a zealot. Trouble started with a nurse's murmur. "Water pressure's low again." Old pipes. I thought until Dr. Carter pulled me aside, her calm replaced by dread. "Tom, the HOA cut our water." The new hospital wing, home to the NICU, bordered Willow Creek. To get permits, the hospital agreed to HOA aesthetic rules. Their generator shed, painted safety white, didn't match the community's ivory mist trim. Margaret demanded compliance, then escalated to shutting off the water main on HOA-controlled land. The pettiness was staggering, like starving a village over a fence post. "She wouldn't," I said, but doubt not. Dr. Carter's voice was grim. "Our backup tank lasts 24 hours, max. The NICU needs sterile water for everything." Then, a faucet sputtered air and rust. Silence followed, broken only by Nathan's monitors. Dr. Carter's eyes met mine, desperate. "They did it, Tom." She cut the water. Something snapped. Fear, sleepless nights, prayers to a god I barely knew, it all fused into focus. I looked at Nathan's incubator, his heart monitor a ticking clock. The project manager in me woke up. This was a problem, and I'd solve it. In the hospital cafeteria, amid panicked doctors, I opened my laptop. Project, Operation Tiny Tides. Objective, restore water to the NICU. Timeline, 18 hours. Stakeholders, Margaret, obstacle, hospital, client, Dr. Carter, ally, Nathan, priority. Confrontation with Margaret was futile. She'd hide behind rules. The city was a bureaucratic maze. I needed a wild card. I called my friend, Mike Torres, a Port Haven Authority engineer. "Mike, I need water tons of it, fast. For St. Luke's." He suggested a tanker truck, but I needed more. "Think bigger. Industrial pumps, harbor-based. You've got ships, right?" Silence. Then, "Tom, you're nuts. The only ship with that capacity is the USNS Hope, a Navy hospital ship." A crazy, perfect idea bloomed. The Hope had desalination plants and pumps. I pressed Mike for the Navy's Fleet Week contact. He relented, texting a number. I dialed, heart pounding, and launched into a jargon-heavy pitch. "This is Tom Harlan, on-site lead for a critical infrastructure failure at a Level 4 neonatal facility. I'm requesting the USNS Hope under Operation Tiny Tides." The petty officer hesitated. I doubled down. "Escalate me to your CO. This is a humanitarian crisis." Confidence was my currency, and it worked. I was on hold, anchors away looping. Meanwhile, Margaret savored her victory from her pristine living room, gazing at the offensive, white shed. Her plumber, a friend's nephew, had turned the valve. Rules were her gospel. But her phone rang. Neighbor Susan, frantic. "Margaret, Some guy spray painting the petunia bed. That was me, marking a conduit path with orange paint. Margaret stormed over, finger jabbing. He's trespassing. He threatened a warship. Two cops, Officer Daniels, grizzled, and Officer Lopez, eager, approached. I stayed calm. No threats, officer. I'm addressing an illegal water shutoff endangering newborns. I cited a dusty 1887 city charter allowing citizens to seize resources in health crises. It was a gamble, but my specificity froze them. Then my phone rang, block number, on speaker. This is Rear Admiral Clayton, Naval Medical Command. Is this Operation Tiny Tides coordinator? Margaret's jaw dropped. Tom Harlan, sir. ETA on the asset. 6 hours, Clayton replied. Most irregular request in 30 years. The cops stared. Margaret was a statue of shock. The plan had a gap, getting water from the ship to the hospital. I needed a plumber not for sinks, but for 12-inch mains. A Google search led to Vince's emergency plumbing. If it's wet and weird, we're there. Vince, voice like gravel, laughed at unusual. I explained, I need a quarter-mile hose from a Navy ship to St. Luke's. Pause. What ship? USNS Hope. Another pause. Double my rate, cash. I'll be there in 20. Vince's truck, loaded with blue pipe, rolled up. He was 60s, weathered, grinning. You're crazy, kid. I like it. His crew laid pipe along my line, tearing up HOA turf. Officer Daniels napped in his cruiser. Lopez held back gawkers. Margaret raged, waving her bylaws, ignored by all. The USNS Hope arrived, a white Titan with a red cross, silencing the waterfront. Crowds filmed, a news chopper buzzed. Mike, near collapse, screamed into his radio. The Admiral's here, Tom. He wants you. I soothed him. We're solving a crisis. You're a hero. As Vince's crew connected the hose, Margaret made her final stand, shrieking about bylaws. Before I could respond, Admiral Clayton descended, flanked by Marines. His presence was a force. He faced Margaret. Did you sign the order to cut the hospital's water? Her plumber had confessed. That main feeds fire hydrants, ma'am. You violated federal law. He nodded to the Marines. They'll explain the consequences. Margaret paled, her bylaws falling. Clayton turned to me. Harlan, you did in hours what takes my staff weeks. Idiot or genius? Just a dad, sir. He smiled. Connect the hose. Vince's crew locked it in. I called Dr. Carter. Live in 5. Clayton radioed. Full pressure. The hose swelled, water surging. Cheers erupted from the hospital. Dr. Carter texted a photo. A sink gushing clear water. Caption. Nathan says thanks. The next morning, headlines screamed. Dad hijacks Navy to save babies. Margaret faced an investigation. The HOA ceded the shed's land and approved its color and my mat. Admiral Clayton offered me a Navy logistics job. Big problems, good pay. I tucked his card away. Got a project at home, sir. Weeks later, Nathan came home. Driving past the shed now stenciled with a bottle and anchor reading Operation Tiny Tides, I saw my son, asleep in his car seat, chest rising steadily. The war was won. Project complete. What do you think? Was Margaret's obsession with rules a petty power trip or a stand for order? Should Tom have risked legal trouble to save his son? Share your thoughts on justice and desperation in the comments below. Let's debate what you'd do in this fight for life.